Alright, so this video originally was going to be on the concept of sin and manifestation, and I was going to talk about the idea of releasing your limiting beliefs and speaking them out loud, and I was also going to show you some very nice diagrams and explain it like step by step, which I'm still going to do in another video, so stick around for that. That might be my next video that I post. But I also wanted to share my personal story in this video about things that I have dealt with in my life and how I've gone through these situations where I went through very hard times and then just had to basically learn this concept of humbling yourself, as in admitting to things and releasing things, and how that's affected my life and how my life has changed because of doing that. So that kind of became so long that I'm just going to post it as its own video because this is something that is very personal to me. This content that I'm about to show you that's following this, I almost did not post this because it is just very rambly and very all over the place, but I just wanted to be honest with you guys on my channel because I'm just so tired of the fakeness online with a lot of people and the portrayal of like everyone's life being perfect. And being a manifestation coach, even, like, I just always feel this pressure, like I'm supposed to, like, put on this image or something of being perfect, and that's just not true. It's not human. And like, I don't know, I want to be relatable more than anything, and I want to find my community on here. So if you're watching this, like, I hope that you stick around still on this channel. But the following stuff is just going to be me talking about my life experience and again, the also positive experience of speaking your truth, because that is something that has ultimately changed my life, and I hope that it will change yours too. So that is what the following message is about in my personal life. And then following this video, I will post another video with actual diagrams explaining this concept further so you guys can implement it in your own life too. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking so you can hear me talk some more in the next clip. Alright, so for me, what I want to talk about is the idea of, for a long time in my life, I held a lot of things in. I was the positive person. I was the person that was always writing motivational quotes to myself. I was always, staying positive about any situation that would happen in my life. Like, no matter how bad it would get, like, I'd always find a positive. I'd always find something to look forward to. My parents would be very negative about certain things, and I would always be like, well, look on the bright side. I would find something no matter what. And so that was me my whole life. I was the typical kind of like people pleaser. I always put on a good face, but the thing was, I really did believe in a lot of what I was saying. Like, I really did believe that the world could be a nice place. Like, I believed all these positive things, right? So I went about my life most of the time being like that. And I was, again, I had a lot of good things happen for me, let's say. Like, when I was younger, like, I believed in myself and I believed in all these good things. Also, my cat is just showing up now. And so I trusted in staying positive, and I thought that was like just the way to live and whatever. And I had a big thing when I was younger about pleasing my family, like my parents, because my brother was kind of like a problem child, and so I wanted to be the good child, the one that always did things right and whatever. And so again, I was kind of quieter and always a bit of a people pleaser growing up. And as I got older, that started to change a little bit. I started to become like more of myself, started to become more confident in my own beliefs and stand up for myself a bit more. And in that time, I also, at some point, started my own business. I started a business when I was 15 years old, and I've had that business still today. But during the time of having this business, at some point in time, I started a second branch of the business, you could say. It was sort of like, it was a product that I built off of the original business. And this product, first off, was something that was like my child. Like, I valued this so much. I spent hours and hours creating this product. I put my life and soul into it. Like, to this day, I still I cry when I think about it sometimes, because it just meant so much to me back then. Like, I cannot say how many nights I spent hours and hours working on it. I read reviews of all the other products, and I don't want to get too far into this, but let's just say I put my everything into this thing, and I also put my life savings into this thing, as well as investment from my parents. So my parents offered to invest in this thing because I was so sure that it was going to be a success, because I had originally done a test run with my own version of it, not a fully completed product. and it did really well. So then they believed in it and they invested in it. And I even had multiple other investors offer to invest in this product. I even had someone from the Subway chain invest in it. It was this guy, I don't know, who's somehow affiliated with Subway, and it was very cool, but I ended up not going with him because I took business advice from some local business place here and essentially decided to stay on my own for as long as possible, which I kind of regretted later, but that's another story. So anyways, my parents invested in this and had a lot of faith in me, and I had so much faith, right? Because up till now, I was Miss Positive. Everything was always going well for me. I had started a business at 15. I was making a lot of money, more than most people my age. Like, I was doing amazing. So I ran this company for a long time, and during the time of running this and making this product, I realized like how much I had taken on, and basically it was a lot more than one person should have been able to handle. And I ended up, long story short, burning myself out while doing this, like to the point where I almost like couldn't get off the couch one day because I had just totally pushed myself to my absolute limits. And it was not only that though, it was the fact that this product sold so well right away that I hadn't financially prepared properly for the second run, because I didn't expect it to sell so fast. I didn't expect some of the problems that happened with the supplier. There was one major problem that set me back a ton. And so, yeah, again, long story short, hopefully you guys can still hear me. I just realized my phone was on my laptop. It's making some noise. Long story short, I ended up in a lot of debt. And this was after all these different financial issues with suppliers and all these other things, then me getting burnt out, and then at the end just not even wanting to like do anything related to the company. I didn't even want to answer emails anymore. Like, I was just so sad because something that meant so much to me and had failed, and it was like something that I put more energy in than anything else in my life. And again, this was someone who like I had always succeeded. Like, I mean, I had failures before and I've had things go wrong before, definitely, but like this was like a major failure that like I never thought would happen to me. I was like in a huge amount of debt. I was extremely upset. I had all these people emailing me around Christmas time being like, where's my packages? Because I was dealing with Canada Post and they kept losing things, and I was just like so overwhelmed. And yeah, I basically just like shut down mentally. And after that, I closed that business. And I still to this day get emails every day of people asking for the same product. But I closed that business down, and that was one of the most heartbreaking things in my life. I had to talk to my parents and essentially say to them that like I didn't know what to do, and I was like devastated again because this product, like I knew it was the best product of its kind. I knew there was nothing that compared to it. Like, I knew that it was the best on the market, better than any of the competitors, but because I didn't have the money to invest into it, I had to shut it down. And that was the hardest part, because I knew it would have been a success had I had the right investors and the right financial plan. And my parents weren't as heartfelt about the product as me. They understood I was sad, but like they were just looking at the money and they were like, okay, like you just need to close this, like you need to shut it down. And that was, again, like, I cannot explain the amount of sadness I experienced that day. It still, like, haunts me to think back to it again. So I had to admit to my parents that I had failed. And that was, like, one of the worst things ever. Like, because they're very much, like, they value, like, what you do in terms of, like, physical labor and financial stuff. And, like, they'd always, like, looked at me again as, like, the good child. And that was the first day I had to be, like, I'm the mess up, you know? Like, I'm the one that messed up. And that was, like, very, very hard for me. So anyways, that was the first time I ever had to like go to my parents for help, and they had to sort of like help bail me out of that too. And we moved forward from there, and it was just after that felt like it was just like digging myself out of a hole for a really long time. Like, it just felt like my whole life was just, it's like I lost myself, because I was this person that had this identity of being successful and a business person. And after this happened, it was like every other part of my business started failing too, because it's like I lost my belief in myself. And I stopped working out too. I used to be someone who worked out all the time. I stopped working out for like, I don't even know what it was, like 3 years or something. A long time. I stopped working out. I stopped going to the gym, and I used to go to the gym every day, like every day. And it was like I lost my entire personality. Everything changed. I stopped hanging out with my friends as much. I stopped doing like everything that I loved. And I got to the point where I was basically just like hiding everything. I started like, I didn't want to be seen because I didn't like how I looked. I didn't want to be seen because I also had no money to spend on things, and I was embarrassed, and I just felt so down about myself. And anyways, during this time I did find tarot, and that's when I started teaching on that, and I actually did finally start making money again, because the thing is, like, I always have been good at making money when I really need it. Like, I have a talent for finding random ways. And anyway, so I started doing tarot, and again, could have done that for a living, but ended up not being my passion. I couldn't do anything I'm not passionate about, so I stopped that eventually. But yeah, this tarot was like my savior during that time. It was like the one thing I found that kind of kept me going, and that's how I got into spirituality. And then I, of course, eventually ended up here on this channel after doing tarot. I also had an Etsy shop at one point in time too. And if I'm being really honest in this video, because I want to be honest, my Etsy shop, so after having my first business, I had a Etsy shop, and it was, in the first 3 to 4 months, it was making $15,000 a month. It was doing amazing. It was probably one of the best things I ever did. Like, I was so excited about it. I would have kept that Etsy shop, actually. I would have probably never closed that had I, known what was going to happen. But, yeah, my Etsy shop ended up eventually getting suspended for a very silly reason on my part. The shop had all 5-star ratings. It was an amazing shop. There was nothing wrong. My reviews were great. I had super great customers who I made friendships with. But I had an issue with the tracking numbers. I didn't always input tracking numbers because I had so many orders. I would just send the order out. By the time it would ship, it would already be at the person's house before I could even input the number. And so I didn't even think much of it until later, when I found out that Etsy scores their customer complaints out of orders that are marked with tracking numbers only. So they took my number of complaints out of 100 orders. It was, I think, around 100 and something orders, even though I had over 1,000 orders on my store. So my complaint percentage was way higher than it should have been, and that's why they suspended my store. And I tried messaging them, I tried getting it back, but I never got it back. So I lost my store that was making over $15,000 a month overnight. So then that was business number 2 that failed. And again, I could have gone back to just doing tarot readings, because I was actually doing great with that. I was fine, but I just was like, I just didn't want to. I don't know, I just didn't like it enough to do it. And after the Etsy shop was shut down, I was already sad yet again. And then I had to admit failure yet again. So I didn't tell my parents this time about the failed Etsy shop. I didn't even talk about the shop at all. They didn't even know I had the shop. So that is, again, me trying to hide things. I essentially, for years of my life, I just tried to hide things. I tried to hide all these little failures that I had. I tried a bunch of other stuff in between all this too. All the traditional things people try online. And they all failed as well. Little things. Not because I didn't really try enough. It was more so because I just didn't like them enough, and I just let them go. But yeah, so I had failure after failure. I kept hiding things. Things kept piling up. And eventually, I again had to come clean to my parents about money issues and things, and we had to figure out a plan again, and it was just a whole long process. And I haven't even admitted this in any of my videos, because honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to post this, because I'm just rambling in this, but I just didn't want people to think less of me, because I teach on manifestation now, and I really do believe in it. Because it's funny, because everything that's happened, even though it's been failure after failure, I've learned from every single one, and it brought me closer and closer to where I feel like I'm supposed to be. Because tarot brought me to manifestation videos, and this all started from a chain reaction from my first things that happened in my life, from my spinal fusion to getting into bodybuilding and working out, to thinking about the brain and the body, and then tarot, and then manifestation. And I wouldn't have gotten into any of this stuff if my first business didn't fail. And it's just so weird how life kind of works out in the strangest of ways. But what I also find interesting is that through going through all these failures, I feel like it's given me the ability to be able to speak on them and be able to give advice to people that are going through these situations. And that's always what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be the type of person that could tell people my story and have them feel like they could relate in some way, because I didn't want to be that person that was just like, talk the talk, or it's kind of like I wanted to be able to walk the walk and speak the truth. I wanted to be someone that people could look up to, and but not in the regular way of just like, oh, I have a lot of money or something like that, but more so as in like, I went through all this stuff and I made it out and I'm okay. Like, that's what I wanted my story to be, because I don't know, I just wanted to inspire people. Like, that's all I've wanted to do my entire life, was inspire people. I used to write motivational speeches when I was younger. I used to want to be like Tony Robbins or something. Anyways, so I feel like all this stuff has kind of brought me to today, and I just hope that like me saying all this doesn't make anyone think any less of me. But where I'm getting to, because of course, as usual, I'm rambling, is that now I've gotten to the point where my money situation has started to be almost completely sorted now, to the point where it's like I feel like my life is like in rebalance mode. Like, I feel like I've literally been brought back to like point zero again, and it just feels very freeing. It feels very freeing to like finally be feeling like I'm on the other side of the hole. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about that, because when people ask me what I'm manifesting in my life, like everyone in these videos is like, are you a millionaire yet? Like, are you manifesting millions of dollars? And I'm like, I was manifesting to be able to feel like calm in my life again. Like, all I wanted was to just feel like I could just be free and feel peace again. And I feel like I can finally say like I feel that again in my life. Like my house is clean. I cleaned up my entire house with my parents. I have literally like figured out the financial situation now, like, and it's like I'm on the other side of it. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to share this video, honestly. Like, as I'm saying all this, I'm like, I don't know what anyone's going to think of this, and I keep rambling. Alright, so I just took a long pause and thought about what I just said, and man, I want to be like so honest in this video. Like, I really just wanted a video to just be like me telling the truth about my life. Like, I want to be so honest with you guys about like where I'm at and like everything, because I'm just so tired of feeling like hiding part of myself online just to like get views and to have people, like believe me and support me. Because the truth is that I do believe in myself, and I believe in everything that I share in these videos, and I so badly want to help people. Like, all I wanted to do my whole life was help people. Like, you can ask my parents about that one. My mom told me, you can't save the entire world, because that's all I ever wanted to do. I wanted to help everyone, and I think in doing that, a lot of the time I used to lose myself a bit. But anyways, I'm sharing all this stuff because like I just want to be honest, and I just want someone out there to feel like, like they can relate. And I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling, and I've been questioning if I even said everything in this video in the correct way. I feel like I've like said everything in such a weird, confusing way, because I'm so all over the place. Like, when I talk about these things, like, I'm all over the place. I do this all the time. You can tell that I'm so-called ADHD, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm at a good point in my life right now. That's all I can say. Like, I feel like things are just coming around, like, full circle. And I feel like it's like, again, I have this like feeling inside myself. Like, I have this feeling inside me that I've had my whole life. Like, I was meant to do something more. And I've went through so many challenges in my life. I've literally failed so many times. And I'm just a normal person going through life like anybody else. But at the same time, I've never had so much like belief in myself. Even though I've failed so many times, that belief, like, even though it's wavered, even though it's like fallen and came back a little, like, it's always still been there underneath. Like, I've always known that like I was gonna do more, because I would never let myself stay down, And I don't know, the whole point of this video, which I've totally gone off topic, but the whole point of this video was to talk about the idea of sin and the idea of being able to express these things that you're so scared to tell the world, because you're scared of their reaction. You're scared that they won't trust you anymore, or they won't want to listen to you anymore, or they won't believe you anymore, or people will look at you differently and judge you if you start to speak your honest truth about who you are and what's going on in your life, because that's my biggest fear more than anything, is that like I would lose like the community that I have on here or like other people around me. But then I realized, like, you know, the people that stick around are maybe the ones that are meant to stick around, and the people that watch this video and actually listen to me ramble for like a million years are probably the people that are meant to hear it. And the thing that I also want to say is that, like, in me having to confess these things and go through all these tough situations in my life, like, I've had to build some tough skin by going through this stuff. And I think that's something that's just not acknowledged in people. Like, if you are able to admit things about yourself and tell the truth online or with people around you, if you're able to admit your failures and come clean with them, like, you are so strong. Because in a world where everyone out here, like, we're all just telling lies, we're all just putting on a front, right? Most of us, most of the time, it's not like we're trying to be bad people or anything like that. It's just we're scared to tell the truth because we're scared of being judged. Nobody wants to be judged because it doesn't feel good. But when you do that, when you put yourself out there to be judged, it's like putting yourself on the cross, like Jesus in the Bible, right? It's like putting yourself out there to be judged by everyone, for everyone to say everything bad that they want to say about you. But then once you do that, it's like you're free. And that's what I found in my life. I feel finally like I'm becoming free. Like, if anyone's seen that movie, K-pop Demon Hunters, that song when they talk about free, and the end of the movie when she admits to her things that she's done wrong in her life or whatever, it sets you free finally. And that's what I wanted to get across in this video, is that I finally feel my life like I am free. Like, admitting to all these things, by admitting to all this stuff in my life, the most beautiful things have started to happen. As in, like, when I started admitting things that I was scared of, that I thought people would judge me for or hate me for, or, you know, like, look at me totally different for, which, by the way, some of them did. My parents definitely judged me a lot, though they kind of came around. And I've had judgment from other people, and, you know, it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was hard. It wasn't easy to just say things, and it wasn't like everyone was all sunshine and rainbows. It was like, no, I had to deal with judgment. But in doing that, like, it's like the world meets you where you are. Like, the world thanks you for saying these things finally, for setting yourself free. Because when I admitted all these things, I noticed that suddenly things in my life started to get better. Like, when I started to admit to things I was scared of, or things I knew like I should have worked on earlier, or didn't get done, or anything like that, like any little things, or like just anything I was embarrassed about, if I just admitted it, I did go through a phase of embarrassment. I did go through a phase where it's like you're being humbled, kind of, right? Like, that's what it feels like. But then after that, it was like the universe was like, all right, cool. You admitted it. All right, now I'm going to, like, give you a leg up. Like, that's what it feels like. Because then I noticed people coming into my life that wanted to help me, or sudden situations starting to work out. And, like, my life just feels like it's getting better now because I've told the truth. And so that's why I'm also making this video. And I don't know, I guess I'm maybe going to post this and probably freak out because I'm posting this unedited and rambly and just, like, admitting to all these things about myself. And you guys might think totally differently about me, but you know what, it is what it is, because I'm a human being and I'm not perfect. And I feel like that's one thing that I just want to put out there, is that I'm not perfect. I'm not some magic spiritual teacher that knows everything. Like, if I teach you something, it's because it's something I believe in, and it's something that I enjoy teaching on. Like, what I teach on, what I share on YouTube, a lot of thought goes into it beforehand. Like, I only share my things that, like, mean the most to me, and I share things that have helped me, like, that are stepping stones for me. And so I truly do believe in everything that I've taught on here. I strongly do. And a lot of the teachings that I've said on here, like, I still go back to all the time in my own life. Like, I will go back and watch my old videos to, like, remind me of things, and it's very helpful. So it's almost like a journal of my experience as well. And, like, I think the coolest thing too would be, like, to watch someone go from, like, not doing so well in life to finally doing, like, a lot better in life. Like, and I feel like that's kind of been my journey online with all these videos and everything. Like, I feel like you guys have been along for my journey. And so it's like, if anyone's going to teach you about manifestation or like, how to change your life, like, why not be the story? Like, I'm like, put my whole self out there and just, like, show you the entire process, instead of just being like, I'm a millionaire and here you go, let me show you that I'm a millionaire and sell you my course. Like, you know, I mean, obviously that would be great too, but, and a lot of teachers do that, but, I don't know. I just want to be real with you guys. I really do. Like, all I want is a real community, and I'm tired of, like, hiding parts of myself. And, again, this video is, like, 1,000 years long, and I don't know who the heck is going to listen to it, because, like, I am just talking forever about nothing. But whatever. It is what it is. I guess I just want to say that, like, I'm saying all this because I hope that there's someone out there that, like, needs to hear this. Because I feel better when people that I look up to admit to truths about themselves. Like, I feel better when they're just real and honest and they tell the truth. Like, and I feel like we would all feel better that way, because you're not meant to carry all of your burdens alone. And I did that for so many years, and I never felt more isolated. But the truth is that you don't have to be isolated. You don't have to be alone. There are people out there that will support you. There are people out there that will love you regardless of what you speak about, regardless of what you're going through. Like, there are people that will love you no matter what, or that will come to you no matter what. And the universe will find someone to speak to you through if there is no one around you. Like, they will find a way to support you if you start speaking your truth and being honest about what you're going through. Even if it's just admitting it to yourself, you know? Like, getting it out there, bringing it into the light. Like, there are things that will start showing up in your life in ways you cannot imagine when you just start telling the truth. And you just start being your true self. And yes, again, you might be judged, or you might be embarrassed, or you might be humbled. You might have to go through, like, emotional things, but, like, on the other side of that is freedom. And also, you'll get to know who the people who are truly meant to be in your life are. Like, you will find that out by you speaking your truth. Because if somebody's not going to stick around for you by you admitting to things that you've gone through, or you admitting, truly just being honest about yourself, like, then they're not meant to be in your life, ultimately. And so you're just, you know, like, cutting things off earlier, the way that it was meant to be all along. Like, you're just finding out what was always meant to happen. So, anyways, this is, like, the longest little ramble video I've ever made. I don't even know if I'm going to post this, honestly. If I post this, like, yeah, I don't know, just know a lot of thought went into posting it, even though a lot of thought did not go into editing this, because I'm likely just going to post it as it is. But, yeah, I don't know. I just want to say thank you guys for supporting my channel, and I was going to make this as part of another video, but I think I might just post it on its own, just because it's sort of all over the place, and I wanted to make a more organized, helpful video for you guys to actually talk about the concept that I'm explaining here, because I didn't really actually explain the concept in my nice little diagrams that I had. But that's also the point, is that, you know, I try to make these nice diagrams and make this beautiful content and make it all make sense, but I'm like, bro, like, life is messy, life isn't perfect, it's not these neat little things that work out perfectly every single time. Life is all over the place, and so am I. And so this is just a raw, unedited video of me, but I will still give you guys a slightly better video after, just to help explain these concepts, because I did work hard on the little diagrams, alright, and I think they're pretty cute. So yeah, that should be maybe the next video after this one. So thank you guys again for your support, for everyone who stuck around for all of my journey, all of these ups and downs, yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. And also want to say, if anyone gets to the end of this video, which I don't know, or if you do, then congrats to you, because that's amazing. But feel free to write something in the comments that you want to confess, or you want to just get out there. Like, I don't know, you can even post it on an anonymous account or something, but just feel free to just comment something that has been weighing on you that you want to release. Like, think of it as, like, giving it out to the universe to hold for you, or something like that. Because, yeah, it's very freeing to do it. I highly recommend it. And don't be afraid of your manifestation and messing things up. I promise you, if anything, it will just only help. So, yeah, thanks again. Bye.